Rennsport, Asetek, and no Razor. Still, all news right here, right now. Greetings Romy, you're watching Rom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and a regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more our patrons. A special welcome to our new patron Race at Home. Hi Bob, thanks for your support. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. Well, we were expecting a developer update of Automobilista 2 this week, but it somehow is taking longer because Razor. Although, that said, it may drop 2.5 minutes after we publish this video because Razor? Rennsport dropped the 1.9 with some interesting tidbits other than the well-known fact it's on public beta now, and we had a great conversation with Marcel Offermans in our podcast. One very interesting info out of it we've placed in the short news. While we wait for Razor, here's the news. Without big fanfare, quite in Danish style so to speak, Asetek released new products into the market a week ago, but we only found out this week. The first product they talk about are handles made of suede, which in my opinion may be great for luxury cars, but not the best idea on rims that are going to get used every day. Suede is in my experience a material that needs a lot of careful handling and breaks down fast with regular use. But it seems they had more than enough people asking for those, so what do I know? The handles can be bought separately and will cost over €100 USD when you include the VAT. Staying with handles, they have also released what they call LMP handles, which are extremely lightweight and will cost €70 USD plus any applicable taxes on top. And while they show the handles on a La Prima wheel, they assure us they will be compatible also with Invicta wheels. From now on, the Formula rims from Asetek will follow the same logic as the GT rims, and that is that you buy the button box, then choose which handles you prefer. Also, now all button boxes will be grey and black. Where you will choose the colors is with their color kit priced at €40 USD that brings different color pieces that you can put on your wheel. Not my preferred way of doing this, as the pieces may get loose or you drop them and never find them again, but okay. They also presented a La Prima quick release, which they say is just the Invicta QR without electronics that they will price at €100 USD plus taxes. The Invicta QR now will not have the extensions included, as seemingly a lot of buyers didn't need them and therefore drops in price to €191 USD altogether now, plus taxes. F124 dropped a patch on Monday with better curbs and audio and graphics updates, support for the Camus C5 and a couple of other stuff. While Rennsport added tentative VR support with their 1.9 release, The Last Garage already has VR and triple screen support, as Marcel Offermans told us in our podcast Romcoms. See the link up there, which also had a lot more interesting tidbits as our podcast always does. iRacing and Original Fire Games, known for circuit superstars and karting superstars, have announced they are partnering to produce a game for now titled iRacing Arcade, planned to be released next year. The game will be developed by Original Fire Games, with iRacing delivering not further specified technology. It's planned to have a career mode and will be published by iRacing. The press release points out that iRacing is not acquiring Original Fire Games or their other two games. It seems iRacing is mutating into a publisher with different racing games and maybe sims appearing in the future. I mean, they had to do something with all the money they are siphoning out of their loyal and paying fanbase. And while we're talking about iRacing and racing games, Exocross is planned for a release end of this month for PCs and consoles. Next Level Racing is publishing yet another foldable wheel, which will let you sit more in an open wheeler configuration, and which they say can support wheels with forces up to 10 Newton meter, unsurprisingly called Formula Light Pro. The price for this product is €300 USD. Here it is! Rennsport 1.9, now in open beta, not only dropped Nordschleife and the Porsche GT3 Rennsport as paid DLC, see our opinion in the video up there, but they also brought the BMW M4 GT4 and the Audi R8 LMS GT4 as free content, while giving Daytona and Monza the night and day system. What we know now by checking their release notes is that now lights will have flares, hopefully not as exaggerated as in a J.J. Abrams movie, and the grass is now green everywhere. Well, at least the quality is. It seems you can also change the colors of the headlights, although for now only on the Porsche Rennsport. Is this a thing in real life too? In a race, you now will be able to set up maximum time and/or maximum laps, with the race ending when one of the two conditions are met. Something like Formula 1 and many other series have, where races end after a specific number of laps or sooner if the race took too long. As we said last week, now they have a new account experience system, player ranks and friends, and while they say they have improved the overall video quality, as you can see on the images which are from the 1.9, there definitely is still a blur in the replay that we did not put in there, and I use a 3080, which should be on par for the challenge. What you can also see in the images is that they now have a helicopter view. In any case, they also work deeply in the code, not only in the graphics but also in cleaning up memory usage, and most notably in the netcode, which now updates more often. We expect this to give a much better online race experience. The tire info on the HED editor can be changed so that you get much more detailed info, which is in line with the developers having reworked the tire code for all GT3 cars, and you better get accustomed to it, as we know from the Racer updates that tires get updated, reworked or tweaked with every update. Which is not surprising, as the tires normally are the only part of a car in contact with the track, therefore being the most important piece when it comes to moving the car ahead, and of course the force feedback. Yes, now Rennsport has VR, which we expect took hard work to implement. If you want to use your VR goggles in Rennsport, you should add -VR to the Epic launch options. I didn't for this first test, but we'll set it up in the future so it does nothing else. The user interface got some updates and a lot of smaller bug fixes were implemented, including bug fixes in a 1.9.1 patch, while there still is a long list of known issues. It's a beta after all.